Hello, thank you for joining me everybody. Again, my name is Daniel Valade. I'm the product manager here at Roland DGA for digital print. And thank you for tuning in to our TrueVIS SG2 series dealer webinar. This is going to be a overview of our new TrueVIS SG2, the newest addition to the TrueVIS line of integrated printer cutters. We've got a lot of information that I want to give to you, but I want to make sure that we save plenty of time for question and answers at the end. So during the presentation, please feel free to start typing those questions into the box, and we'll make sure we get to as many as we possibly can at the end of the presentation. Let's go over the agenda real quick, just to let you guys know what's going to go on through the presentation here. First things first, I want to take care of business right away and go over what you really need to know on the sales side of this. So we're going to talk about pricing, some warranty information. Also going to introduce that we have a 64-inch device added to the SG series. And we also have an overview on TR2 ink. We're going to go over our warranty with Avery Dennison and 3M. Talk about the new performance and print quality of the new TR2 inks. And a really big bonus here for our end users is to reduce waste due to the new ink system. We also have some physical changes on the machine. The most important is going to be the media handling system. We have a new automated pinch roller system similar to what we've seen with the VG2. We have new media clamps, also similar to what we've seen with the VG2. And we'll go over the TU464, which is an optional take-up system for the SG2 series. It's not included. And then of course, like I had mentioned before, we have our question and answer session at the very end here. So the SG2, just like the VG2, all of the technological changes that were made and all of the advancements were made are a direct reflection of the customer's voice. And when I say the customer, I don't just mean our end users, I also mean our dealer channel. The feedback that you provide really helps us develop better and better products as we move into the future. So pricing, like I said, let's get into business here. The 30-inch device is going to run $12,995. 54-inch device is going to be $14,995, and the new 64-inch is going to be priced at $18,995. Of course, it's going to be running TR2 inks in those 500cc pouches. We're going to keep the price, of course, the same at $114.99, and like with any of our integrated printer cutters, Roland VersaWorks 6 is included at no additional charge. A little bit about the customer base that we think that this is really going to target. Similar to the SG previous generation, entry to mid-level production and additions to existing businesses. So if we think about those screen print shops or embroidery shops or other places that do really high volume but don't want to have to outsource those smaller 25, 50, or even 100-piece runs for, say, t-shirts or hats or other apparel decoration, the 30-inch model is going to be perfect for those just due to the smaller format, so the decals, heat transfer materials, things like that. The 54 and the 64-inch also target that as entry to mid-level users, but maybe they need that extra width for doing banners or vehicle graphics or other wide format applications. So this might be more of a full service or full print service provider that offers all of these different services, but they can still help out with those short runs for decals or heat transfer materials, but more on a production level because of the 54 and 64-inch size. I really like the 64-inch offering in this. Some of the graphics out there, this printer can also be used as a cut-only device, so you see all these new carbon fiber and metallic overlaminates and things like that that come in these 60-inch rolls. So it allows you to be able to add those additional applications at the 64-inch width. So TR2 inks. First thing I want to talk about are the new warranties. They're going to be available. This wasn't available for the previous generation SG, but with the SG2, since we're running the TR2 inks, we do have the 3M MCS warranty available. It's not very common to have the MCS warranty with a printer at this price point, so this is going to be making this printer very competitive in the marketplace. Industry-leading warranty for vehicle graphics. Everybody knows 3M. To have the backing of somebody like 3M to say, yes, we guarantee the application for either 3, 4, 5, 6 years, depending on the application, is a really big deal. And like I said, it's a competitive advantage for you going against our, other models that are offered that are similar in price that may not have that 3M MCS warranty. It's very easy to access these warranty period matrices. Like I said, one application can be different from the other. A vehicle graphic might be different from a wall graphic or a window graphic. So make sure to visit 3M's website to make sure that you have the latest and greatest information. And of course, these weathering tests that set the standard for evaluating these, they're all run with TR2 original inks, just like with Avery Dennison on the ICS warranty. We went through a long testing process. Avery Dennison materials are OEM TR2 inks, and there's several different overlaminates for Avery Dennison, and they also offer a clear coat for some of their applications. There's a list of ICS qualified ink that's compiled, and published annually on the Avery Dennison website. Occasionally they even update that a little sooner if there's a lot of product launches that are very close together. And both of these warranties, what they do for the end user is give them peace of mind, and what they do for you as our dealer channel is give you that competitive advantage that maybe isn't going to be available to another print cut device at a similar price point. And what we're going to talk about now is the performance and image quality. So everybody's probably familiar with the VG2, but we have the SG2 now that's also going to be running the same TR2 inks, and these 500 milliliter pouches. So it's just like the VG2, except for we've only got the 4-color system. These inks have incredible wash durability for applications. These were tested with industry standard testing, and we're very confident with all of the major media manufacturers that for heat transfer material that these inks are compatible and will be very satisfactory and actually exceed your customers' expectations on washability. For those using cast vinyls for vehicle graphics or other wrap applications, and stretchability has improved immensely, hence the reason why we were able to get the ICS, MCS warranties using the TR2 inks fired through the flex fire heads. Again, available in CMYK ink configuration. These inks have a 2-year shelf life, and we also still have the Green Guard Gold certification. If we take a look at the chart on the right-hand side, what I've compared here is two different presets from the SG, the previous generation SG, both sign and display, which has a little bit wider gamut, as you can see, than the pre-press general. And then if you look at the widest color gamut there, that's going to be our true rich color input profile. So just like we saw with the VG, except for the SG2 doesn't have orange, but you still see that in the blues and greens, we get a lot more color gamut out of SG2 using the true rich color. Very important cost savings for customers, and I think it's going to be vital for our dealer channel to talk about this. We talked earlier about a couple of different kinds of customers. Maybe somebody who's bringing this machine in as a device to add to their business, like the screen printers or embroidery shops, where maybe they're going to fire this printer up for 2 or 3 hours a day. They're still going to save a 26%, or they're going to see a 26% decrease in ink usage when it comes to cleaning cycle. So if we look at the comparison here, the SG2, 31.6 cc's, and that's over a week's period time, compared to 42.6 in that particular scenario. But if we look at the user who's actually printing for 8 hours a day and 5 days a week, we see a total of 54% savings, so more than half of what we had with the previous generation. That's due to the formulation of the TR2 inks, and I think that it's going to be a very, very, very strong selling point for somebody who might have been on the fence about the SG, something they might have heard before, but that the SG or the TrueVIS series had a little bit of over-cleaning just to make sure that the print heads stay in good condition. But the new TR2 inks are fantastic, and you can see that they're going to save a lot when it comes to using TR2. So a little bit of the physical changes I wanted to talk about. We have our new media handling system, and I say this is unmatched print cut accuracy, and I'm very confident when I say that. We have the same redesigned automated pinch roller system that is implemented into the VG2. Feedback from both the dealer channel and end users at this point has been nothing but positive. Very, very positive. And for those of you that aren't familiar, what happens is pinch rollers can remain engaged. So we can have all pinch rollers engaged across the entire platen during printing. And then as it comes time for the cutting operation, the center pinch rollers will raise up, leaving just the outermost pinch rollers so that we don't have pinch rollers running through freshly printed ink, and we can get our cut job done. If you look on the left side, we have the down position during printing, and if you notice, the little cam on the top there is solid black. On the right-hand side, it's during raise position during cutting, and it flips up and you can see the two little white marks where that cam is there, and that lets you know that we're now in the cutting mode for this. If you guys have any questions about that, feel free to go ahead and type those into the box, because I think this is a really, really big selling point for the SG2. At this price point, to have this kind of system in an integrated print cut device is a very, very big competitive advantage. The media clamps. Again, if you're familiar with the VG2, these are the same newly designed media clamps. The big advantage here is the user does not have to place media clamps in and take them out between sheet cuts. So if they're running jobs where it's 3 or 4 feet and they're dropping them in maybe into a basket, they can just send those jobs, have sheet cut after output, and move on to the next job. That groove in the center is what allows for the sheet to be able to, or the media clamps to be able to lift in place while the sheet cut goes across. Again, another big competitive advantage because it's a time saver. So time is money, and I think this is something that I've gotten a lot of very positive feedback on when it comes to the VG2, and I expect to get the same type of feedback when it comes to the SG2. And talking a little bit about the pinch roller system, one thing that I left out is that with the new pinch roller system, the SG2 grit rollers are segmented. So it's not the one long grit roller that we saw with the SG. We are actually segmented out like our previous print cut devices and as well as the VG2. This really, really helps with tracking over long distances. The new optional take-up system. So the TU4 has been out for a little while now, but we now are offering it in a 30-inch size as well. So we have the TU4 30-inch, 54-inch, and 64-inch. Again, most advanced and accurate media handling system that we've come to date. For the dealers who are going out to install these, we have an anchor point on one side, so the motor is anchored, and so any adjustments that you have to make are only made on the opposite side, making it very easy to make sure that we have even tracking when we're going from roll to roll. The newly added standard sequence, you probably are familiar with this, but if you're not, what it does is it optimizes the tension and the timing of the take-up. So we don't have too much tension or too little tension, and we don't have too much media moving forward or too little media moving forward when we're doing integrated print and cut. So if you're thinking about custom cut and you're doing 36 inches at a time, where you're printing, returning to origin, cutting, and then it's going to move to the take-up system and allow for that roll-to-roll production, which is obviously a very big advantage over a separate printer and a separate cutter. Again, nothing but positive feedback on the TU4 system. It really helps with the tracking over long distances, and it also helps with print cut accuracy when doing those roll-to-roll jobs. Before we move on, I want to go over a couple of, take a little walk around the machine and talk about some of the other changes that we have. We've increased the size of the waste tank, so we're up to the 500 milliliters, just like the VG2. As you can see, we've got the print light here. It's using not that kind of magenta hue. It's got the natural lighting, so it's not going to really affect what you see coming off the printer color-wise. Some of the control panel items that I'm really fond of is the manual cleaning system. So when we go in to do a manual cleaning, once we say, hey, we're doing a manual cleaning, it's going to move the print head over to the far left side, and then you can open all the covers up and not have to wait to open one cover, close the other cover. It's a big time saver there. Also on this side of the printer, same as the VG2, we've got the LED lights over here to make it easy to get underneath and see what's going on as far as the cleaning process goes. Don't have to get your cell phone out and turn it upside down and take a look at the bottom of the print heads like we had to in the old days. There's a lot of new things that have come out with this printer. I think that we're going to have a very good showing when it comes time for Print United, and I'm really excited to be able to have a full lineup when it comes to the new TrueVIS SG2 and VG2 series. I really want to thank you guys for your time today. I hope you have good luck with the SG2 device. Look forward to seeing everybody at Print United. If you do have any more questions, feel free to contact me. Again, Daniel Valade, product manager for all digital print products. I think most everybody out there that's on this particular webinar already has my email address. So looking forward to seeing you guys out there. Thank you again for your time and have a great day.